Inshallah and Ashe. It's a Freaky Friday, and it may feel a little freaky. We are still in the streams of the goddess of the night, and my wish for you is that your manifestations take form and that you released all the things that may be dimming the star that you are. And being that the moon is moving forward, our feelings are literally taking center stage. So kind of sit in the holy frequency of the waterways with your emotions, nurturing them as they begin to flow, aligning with our heart space. The sacral is actually activated until we reach the season of Virgo. That's when things become real. So fears may be triggered where our thoughts are becoming more innovative, maybe some new possibilities, otherworldly in our day-to-day world, our reality. So our feelings, as they arise, they come to the surface. Chant the Vom channel, the seed sound are in the show notes. And the Shaman's portal is also online, one of my favorites, the mystical and the magical. So you may see things that appear otherworldly or possibly hear them. And with that, welcome to today's daily snippet. It is August 12th. I am your host, a practicing holistic shaman and medium, another worldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic Sha medium. My intention is to utilize the power of these indigenous technologies, the elemental realms, your original divine blueprint to navigate our soul's harmonic through the realms of the elemental, the imaginal, and into and through the gateway of the shamanic portal, which is online today, along with the cosmos, the subtle energies, the light beings that we are, and really so much more with offerings, prescriptions, and rituals to really add to your main stage ingredients in your personal container, your personal medicine, your prime directive, really just assisting you into discovering and utilizing your own inner genius, your own personal medicine, the star that I wholeheartedly believe we all are, reintroducing you to that magical essence, the being that resides within you, so that your light shines even brighter. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. So our feelings are online, especially the flow of emotions, water rituals. Those are needed to maintain the blessings of the abundant full moon, the manifestations. So stay in the flow of your emotions, love, compassion, peace, happiness, joy, integrity, even emotional empathy. That is alive and well. And the course of our feelings are streaming into the future. So it's time to feel better, greater than you possibly could ever imagine. The Shaman's portal is open. So, we've been removing all the feelings that are less than from our chalice, the lower frequency ones. I'm not even going to state them out loud. The ones that come to the surface that need to be felt sometimes, and just let go of those streams after you've spent time with them. So I always ask myself, are these my feelings or am I feeling somebody else's? And really setting boundaries in aspects where you may have some sensitivities. And again, myself, literally, I say this out loud. Is this me or is this them? So it's like my outer field or my inner garden, kind of defining the line, what that looks like. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. Authentically Heartfelt, Tanya D. And again, I just want to give like a blessing, gratitude to my new subscribers. I hear you. I see you. Thank you for attending and showing up as I grow and expand. That growth and expansion is part of yours. And go ahead and hit the bell button as well so you're notified. And I still do a comment or a share to get your message for the day. Sometimes they come in, sometimes I have to see them later, but it really helps to echo out that algorithm that is just wild, right? Out into the galactic universe with other people who may muse about the other world, the world of the elementals, our subtle energies, the world of spirit, source, and really so much more. It's a layering effect. That's kind of how I designed A Witcher's Way to Manifestation, from the elemental realm into the the subtle energies, and actually our solar system, the cosmos. But you can find me on other social platforms as well, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and of course my Musing with the Tanya D podcast, which will have a new one out on Monday. And if your soul does wish to dive on deeper into the realms of the other world, head on over to my Musing Corridor. This is my digital library in the sky. It really is a venue where you have some amazing options to assist you, to guide you on your journey wherever you are. I will meet you there. Plus a private sacred circle, a community to utilize. I really am your shamanic otherworldly assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we need an otherworldly perspective. So with that, just a few announcements as I change my little freaky deaky here. Yep, we got mushrooms. So if you're feeling the call for divination, cowrie shell, that really is an art, the art of divination. These are my one-on-one sessions to meet the otherworldly congress, whether it's an ancestor, keepers of the various realms, the Wetames, the Cantombles, the water spirits, the mountain. There's so much information there. But rituals are performed to address the symptoms, the forces of adversity. That's usually what I prescribe in order to shift what's in the way, blocking you from your inner genius, your purpose, your light. And you can also participate in the next meditation for the season of Virgo. These are always held the first Sunday of the month. This will be the month of September. And also the waitlist for the next opening of A Witcher's Way to Manifestation. The links to all of these are in the show notes. And your options here, we've got different flavors of mushrooms. I thought they were just otherworldly. Yellow, I like the little red, the fey ones up at the top, the red with the little white sparkles, the white dots. And pink, those look like purpley pink to me with the little butterfly. I might try to get a picture of my hummingbirds, man. I feel like I have thousands of them. Just saying out loud. Okay. On the elemental highway, what do we have? We've got a yin fire, a candle, and a rooster. So words may get a little cocky today, like a rooster, a little spark of fire, a little flame, a ding you of a day. And the best course of action literally is to smile and walk away. There's no need to blow up the phone with text messages that you may regret. Go on an evening hike. Go to the mountain. We've already passed the hour of the dragon. That was early this morning. This is where we had a full metal direction, which is the west. Metal is also our lungs, our large intestine. We got both of those online. So it's like letting go and doing some really deep breath work. That really helps with venous circulation, oxygenation in the body, in the blood. That is metal. And for those of you that don't know, I work with an energetic skincare line for healing the body, the adversities in the body. It's like feng shui for the body. I'm mapping it out basically. So I have these weird awarenesses. But the energy of today is more feeble. We've got a lot of this metal and mineral below. So we do need support. Our fire needs support. It can't really get to that tiger clear over there far away. It is helping, but nature bring the fire, fire needs the assistance of nature. The sun, that would be a great benefit as well. So the metal doesn't really overpower. And fire is the other world. It's the world of source. It's the world of spirit. It's like the sixth energy, the heaven energy, just connecting with an ancestor, a being of fire, keeping the fire stoked and burning, simmering. Fire is simmering in the fall where things begin to cool off. And we do have a neighboring god once more, where we didn't have any in the season of the goat. I found that interesting, but we now have had them daily in the season of the monkey. So today we have what's called the performer. This is the magic of being seen in the limelight on the stage, and our year pillar brings us the charmer. So we kind of have the ability to be a charming performer today. Use your gifts wisely, possibly diplomatic. That's the original talent of the charmer. The performer is the performer. That's its original talent. So it just gets elevated a little bit. I would be lighting a candle today, possibly red candle. Yeah, red candle. Light a red candle today and meditate and watch the flame. That's kind of what I would do if this was me getting my chart read, because I do that, by the way. Okay, our first messages. Here's your options again. I don't know. I kind of like the yellow mush. I like all of them, really. To me, this is just like the realm of the other world. It's like a doorway into there. So comment your options over there. And I love that I talk to myself sometimes, right? We all do that. Okay, first up, this is Lies of the Shadows. Lies, L-Y-S. It's part of the helpline troop. These are the wee folk. They're large, they're small. They assist us in our daily life. Sometimes in order to be helpful, sometimes they add confusion, a little dash of that ingredient. But these are the ones that we often think of when we think of brownies or pixies. Not so much gnomes, but Lies, she's about healing our shadows, addictions, bondage, self-esteem. And the 44, that is otherworldly. That's tuning into another dimension, energy, frequency, vibration, inside and outside of us, both sides. So everything's in vibration and dimensional sounds and lights and waters and all of it, right? Everything vibrates. But this little character, she works so hard. She's really got the toughest job to do. She puts a great deal of tough love into it. She literally prowls the night streets looking for those who need for help and finds far too many people who do need help. She's the patron fairy of social workers, therapists, healers, and all others who try to help alcoholics, drug addicts, and other souls that are caught in the darkness of their own inner shadows or who are abused by those who literally should have protected them. This is kind of feeling like root energy, root center energy. However, she doesn't sit in an office somewhere. She literally is out there in the dark, in the dangerous streets, like lending a healing hand here and soothing an anguished brow over there, whispering comfort and encouragement in a lonely air, and bringing a touch of hopeful rainbow light in the deepest of shadows, right? The rainbow light, the prism, including those darkened human hearts. So similar to Luim, much of her work flows through the hearts and then the hands and the words of humans, channeling to make themselves available for this kind of work, shadow work, right? So she's inspiring souls to connect with one another in a very healing way, but her specialty is to help the hopeless, for the ones that most everyone else, including themselves, possibly have given up on, the street people, the lost children of our society, those that have literally fallen through the cracks and rips in our feeble little social safety net. Similar to Loom, she often works through human hands, and she may call upon us to assist her in her work. I kind of see that. I feel that. Even though she has wings, she's very down to earth. She is earthy in a way. And ultimately, she is trying to help people develop true self-respect, self-esteem, self-confidence. And she has to start much further down the scale, like peeling the onion, the scale of idealism, further down than that. So she tries to inspire like practical help for those who are in the most need. So she is the inspiration for the first wobbly steps taken by a damaged soul towards healing hands. So her presence really indicates that something that had seemed lost and fixed in that loss is now open to healing. Someone's ready to begin with some help and to climb out of their inner mire. And there's hope in there. It's in the soup. So there's this need for loving kindness tempered by practicality, the earth realm. So if you can call upon her assistance in helping another, she's always going to give it, often by encouraging the person to be open, to be receptive, and others to also be helpful. No shame in the game, right? And she always has time to support those who have time for others. And 44 is actually full-blown breakdown to the breakthrough, the frequency of deciding to commit to that higher vibration, that frequency, that dimension, and those the outer rims of the field. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and this was the yellow mushroom. I don't know if I said that in the beginning. Sorry. I'm moving it along the way. Next up, we've got I'm going to go with the violety pink mushroom. You get Undressing the Salad, which we've had before, part of the fairy guides and guardians, the gatekeepers. They devote their time and energy to directly guiding us as we develop and open up to our special talents and gifts and our own unique essence, our natural magic. And they assist us in becoming more than we already are, exploring our potentials, transcending all of the self-imposed limitations and fears that are holding us back. So this is balance. It's avoiding extremes. It's achieving the impossible or even being impossible. Pretty interesting there. And the undressing of a salad kind of makes me laugh when I say that out loud. This does require amazing balance. Disparate elements must be blended into this whole tasty concoction of these ingredients. But this requires truly amazing skill. It's a gift, right? So at first you might be thinking, oh my gosh, this is impossible. But our little character there that you can see in the gray with his back towards us and his little wings there on his back, his name's Adroito, and he is balancing these little magic balls, busily doing it. It's kind of the fairy of doing, and he's the fairy of the impossible things. He's also the fae of being impossible and the fairy of avoiding those extremes. Kind of sounds impossible, really. And of course, it kind of is. But both him and Sally, she's on top. She's got her hand with the ball kind of going backwards. Cute little characters. She's just kind of hunched down above him there. But they're both intently focused on balancing things. And the very large gnome in the center, I don't know if you can see him, he's finding this very amusing. They're all kind of curious. He's looking in two directions simultaneously at the same time and seeing the impossibility of keeping things that are in constant motion and balance at all times, like the juggling act of life. We're kind of in that stream, that stratosphere in a way. And of course, we do fall out of balance. That's totally normal. And we do drop the ball sometimes, right? Sometimes we just drop the ball and we just have to reinvent another one. So sometimes this does seem impossible as undressing a salad. And there are times, literally, when we have to turn our bad luck into good luck. And that isn't always easy, especially if somebody else seems determined to turn our good luck into bad luck. So everything is integrating, it's disintegrating at the same time. Confusion is rife, but we still try to create order and put things into balance. That's kind of what's happening. And the universe is hurtling through time and space at this astronomical, astonishing rate. It's very difficult to keep balance on a rapidly moving object, right? Especially as it appears to kind of lurch in a way, unpredictably from time to time. Like sometimes we don't know what's in the closet. And sooner or later, you're going to drop those balls. They all are. And I don't know if you can see the little character sulking there on the left. He's clearly waiting. There's so many characters actually in this card. There's so many, I couldn't even count them all. But the one little sulky dude in the corner there, he's waiting to snatch a ball so that he can play in the game as well. Maybe so the other two can't. But he is really smart enough to realize that all these balls are going to wear out and new ones must be brought into play. This is innovation, right? So just being ready to deal with the changes and balancing those changes constantly, but it's still in the flow. It's still balanced. So the message here is that things are in motion. The outcome is impossible to predict. We do need a cool head that's required to deal with this because you also have to be like, woo, urgency, readiness to jump in whatever direction seems appropriate. And exercise that cool mist of judgment while still staying ready for the unpredictable. Sudden change of fortune that might appear good or bad. It's in the influx and it can be channeled if necessary. So it's like developing poise and staying calm, breath work. You can come out a winner here, but it's likely to take concentrated effort, focus on the outcome, use power and delicacy with discretion. And the 31 in the corner, this is our heartfelt beliefs. When our heart believes, a new door opens, like the Chariots of Fire, opens up to these endless otherworldly possibilities, even a new dimension. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, if you chose the little red mushroom with the little dots, I wish I knew the name of that. I see them everywhere. But our final message, believe it or not, we've got a singer on board. Who doesn't love a singer? The singer of the Chalice. So the singers, these are the great ones. They're the singers of the realms. Their wings span the multiverse. They're in all dimensions, all directions. We've given them a variety of names, multitude, angels, divas, gods, dakinis, etc., on and on. But it really doesn't matter what we call them. I find it curious ones on today. They just really hope that we do call upon them when in need, which really, I think we're in this highway right now. But they do sing the underlying song of the universe, which I love as well. But these are the great ones. These are the ones who show us, it's like the oneness field in a way, but these little aspects within the oneness field. But they do show us what we have the potential to ultimately become. They assist us to move in that direction. They comfort us when we fall off the path. But the singer of the Chalice, the 12 there in the corner, this is when we feel it and our heart loves it. We then believe it. This is where wishes and dreams come from. Feelings and love and belief all commingling together. So a feeling that really adds love to our chalice, that's a main stage ingredient, heartfelt chalice in the chalice. So we kind of have a dual message happening, like the dimensions open to these unlimited possibilities, something that's kind of, you would have never seen coming, but you're open to it. You're like, huh, like opened you up to something different. The ones that come out of nowhere, the unexpected, the lightning, shocking kind of breakthroughs, innovation. This really opens the chalice to those heartfelt beliefs. And this is about trust, joy, patience, creativity, hope, and miracles. I find that curious because Lies of the Shadows, you know, she brings hope to people. But this singer holds the chalice from which a rainbow of energy pours like the richest of wines. It's like this decadent beverage. It's succulent. This is trust, it's love, it's patience. And these are all the things we think of having or not having. And we even sometimes give ourselves credit for having them as if we've kind of made them ourselves. But they are natural energies of the cosmos, which flow through this chalice. They flow through us, especially if we are open to them. They flow around us when we are blocking them. And people often think, you know, a lot of times love and hate are two sides of the same emotional coin, but that's kind of not so true. Love is simply the absence of hate, and hate is the absence of love. It's an opposing force, but different. They're altogether different things, different ingredients, and they can be seen pretty easily. Like when you're emotionally angry and it wears us out, it leaves us feeling like we're less than we were. But when love is entering, it energizes us. We feel larger, richer, bigger, more fascinating too, I think. Bigger than we were before. That burst of love, that spark of love began flowing through us. So this is because anger comes from within. It's a burning within our own substance, while love is an energy that flows through us, enlightening and expanding us. So these other energies from the chalice, they're all in this cosmic soup, right? They're also like that. So patience, for example, it's not just merely the absence of impatience. It's a joyful, loving willingness to wait for a process to bring us to where we want to be. It's like hurry up and wait. That was kind of yesterday's frequency. So this contains trust and love and just a special quality of kind of expectant gratitude from within it. And that same is true of trust in a way, right? So all of these wonderful feelings and energies that flow through us when we are open to them, each of them feel much like the others. And even like right now, like in this moment, you too may be given a glimpse of something wonderful, miraculous, otherworldly, that really are all one thing, something we don't have really a word for. Sometimes we feel like we need a word that includes trust and love, compassion, healing, patience, etc., and all the other feelings that really enhance and enlighten our essence, our beingness. But when we allow this to just flow through us, all of this through us, we're kind of asking the fairies if there is a name for this rainbow blissful feeling. And you know, they just nod, they're curious, they smile, they shrug. They're hilarious, quite frankly. I just fed the fae last night with the moon. It was so fun. Give a shout out to Byron for choosing to hang out with me and do that. But you may get this unspoken, otherworldly feeling that if you have the feeling, you really don't need a name. And anybody who hasn't got the feeling isn't really going to understand the word for it anyway. It's just kind of one of those things. It's like this mystical experience. The shaman's portal's open. That's wonderful. And ecstasies that we can talk about without understanding, or we can understand and not really explain it to somebody anyway who hasn't gotten it already. So they just kind of nod to get it. It's a sensation. It's a feeling. So you may not have ever seen this before, felt it before, but just at this moment, it's kind of suddenly obvious that the fae are showing us that this means that we don't have to learn how to open ourselves to each and every one of them individually, this prism. But when we open our hearts and our souls to unity, to the oneness, that energy can be focused through so many lenses of filling those streams, like the white light making of rainbows through a prism, if that makes sense. So if we can learn to be open to any of the singers, then we can be open to all of them. If we just remember to connect to all, I mean, I say all knowing, that is the galactic all. All we have to do literally is first, stop doing the things that close us down, let go of the attitudes, beliefs, emotions that are blocking this energy. And secondly, we need to actively invite these energies to flow through us, be a part of us. And all that takes is really asking. And the thing is, the energy is already there. Our asking merely tells our higher self, our Sira, and the singers that we, on a conscious level, are ready to open up and to accept it. So it's like opening our arms to hug somebody, a real hug, you know, we've had a fake one before, or opening the door to allow somebody to come in. The taste sometimes of these contents, the ingredients of the chalice, sometimes they seem bitter or strange, different at first, but at the end, there's always this sweet, clean, sparkling taste. It's like, I would say it's effervescent. But being that the singer is otherworldly today, trust is really what enables us to open to the other parts of the song of the singer of the chalice. So without enough trust in the process to open up our hearts, we literally are kind of in this trusting phase in a weird way to trust what we're feeling, the vibration. That's the frequency of today. So we close ourselves off from the singers, the song of the singers. And it decreases the amount of all of these powers and these energies that we allow to flow through us organically. And we can never close off any part of this galactic universal song entirely. So this kind of tells us that there's always a little bit of courage, ingredients, hope, or whatever you need that we can find within ourselves and use that as the key to open the door. What? Yeah. So when we perceive the song of the singer as muted and the chalice to be dry, it's only that we need to ask ourselves, like, why not? Then don't even try to answer that. Just open up our hearts, that door into the chalice, and believe in the impossible miracles. So I just see today with the chalice here, the flow of our emotions, feeling them, the rainbow bliss. I would affirm that I am feeling the raw potency of my emotions in their authentic form. And with that, thanks for tuning in, jumping on. Yeah, I'll see you Monday when we have a heartfelt knowing kind of a day. So with that, Ahhhh, blessings to you. Thanks.